Hello YouTube and welcome to the comic book channel. If this is your first time here, please make sure you subscribe if you like the content. Please give me a thumbs up and please write a comment below letting me know what you thought about the book that I reviewed today. So without further ado, today is a comic book review. I'm reviewing Image's Unnatural #1. This is the variant cover by Milo Manara. This is actually an Italian comic book that is now being published in the U.S. I don't really know from when. I know this book came out in the U.S. This past Wednesday, July 4th, 2018, but I'm not sure when it came out in Italy. So I'll just dive straight into the book. So the book starts out with Leslie, who's the girl on the cover here. She's a pig girl. Side note, this world is populated with anthropomorphic animal peoples. They're all different kinds of animal people that populate the world. And as far as I see in this issue so far, there's no humans or anything like that to speak of. So it's just these humanoid animals. So we start out the issue with Leslie basically like getting down with a wolf man for a few pages, for quite a few panels there. Then Leslie's roommate wakes her up because she was having a dream that she was having this rendezvous with the wolf man, and she's got to get up and go to work. And then we kind of find out that it's like a recurring dream that's happening quite a bit lately for her. From there, Leslie gets to work. She works at a restaurant with some other creatures. She's got like a pretty sleazy alligator boss guy who is kind of pervy, and they got new uniforms in this day, and they're really skimpy, tight, uniforms, and they're obviously too tight for her, but there's no bigger size for her, so her pervy boss just wants her to wear it or go to his office for a special complaint, which she obviously does not do. Her friend who works with her, I can't remember his name, he asks her why she why she puts up with that, and she's like, well, I need the money. And as we learn there's like a lot of government mandates throughout this world, a lot of provisions and stuff from the government about marriage, reproduction, and interspecies reproduction, I guess, if you, I can't think of like the right word for that, but they don't want any interspecies relationships. They're illegal there. They want you to get married and reproduce within your own species as soon as you can. And she hasn't done that yet. We find out it's her birthday. She's turning 25, and there's like a tax for singles. So she's single, so she's going to have a 25% tax rate for being single. So that's why she can't afford to piss off her boss and get fired. So from there, we find out her friend, tries to hook her up with a nice pig boy, who turns out to be his boyfriend. He is not a pig boy, so their relationship is forbidden, so he's trying to get him, married to somebody else to cover that up and whatnot. And she's not going to go for that because it's illegal and it's too risky. So next, sorry, trying to recollect all this information here. Next up, Leslie winds up at home in her bathtub, trying to relax from the day, de-stress and stuff, and she kind of falls asleep in the bathtub and starts dreaming about the Wolfman again. Pretty explicit dream. Is woken up by her roommate again. and her roommate has brought her like sushi and stuff for her birthday. So she gets up and they're gonna go have sushi. And that's pretty much it. They kind of sit around and talk for a minute, and then we find out she gets an email. And she checks the email and finds out that she's been entered into a reproduction program. Sorry, I can't. Reproduction program, something or another. That everybody who's 25 is automatically entered in, and basically it hooks you up with somebody of your same species, if you haven't done it yet yourself by the time you're 25. So they've basically, I guess, found somebody for her and entered her in the program, and so now she's got to go, meet with this person or whatever. I guess. I mean, that's the end of the issue there. As she reads the email, that's the end. So so pretty simple concept. Some pretty weird themes going on here in a weird tone, but the concept is pretty simple. Just a pretty a flat story across the board. Now, it's the reason I'm reviewing this one, and the reason I'm going to give it the review that I do, is because I don't really like the content. I'm not big on anthropomorphic animal peoples. Not a huge fan of that. I don't even like Bugs Bunny and stuff. And the story didn't sound that interesting to me. Just kind of sounds like a romance, type of story, forbidden love, type of thing that's been done plenty of times before. But the writing and the artwork are actually really, really good, and they drew me in a lot. I'm definitely interested to read more of this and see what happens next. The dialogue was written well, the story, the pacing was really well, and the artwork's very nice. I think it's written and drawn all by the same person, who is I can't say that. Anyways, it's that person. But yeah, it's pretty good. Especially given what it is, something that I wasn't interested in reading at all. They did a great job at it. So for this one, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it. I'm gonna give it like a 5.5 out of 10. Definitely like a tiny bit better than average, and something that I want to continue reading to find out what happens. And I'm really drawn in with the artwork. They've done a great job with this artwork. It looks really good. So that's my comic book review on Unnatural #1. Let me know what you guys think. See you tomorrow.